Hey YouTube, last video I made was about my electrical toolbox, just a little something different. Got the last minute or two of it cut off because it was too long. For some reason if I go over 15 minutes it kind of messes up everything apparently. But anyway, today it's snowing outside. I'm stuck in the house pretty much. So I thought I'd make a classic Ford versus Chevrolet video. This is video comparing the Glock to the Springfield XDm. Now I have three, as you can see in front of you. I have the Glock 17 Gen 3, it's mine, and I have the Springfield XDm 3.8, which is mine. And then a friend of mine, this is his Springfield XDm 4.5. This 4.5 is more comparable to this Glock 17. This 3.8 is kind of an oddball. I'll get into that a little bit before the end of the video. Now, this is classic. What I got is better than what you got video. Glock's the original, of course. This is the copy. Glock's made in Austria. Springfield XDm is made in Croatia. So, we're not talking about American-made products here, even though this one has an American-sounding name. Springfield was an American brand, but this Springfield today ain't the Springfield of the past. Don't be fooled by that. But anyway, they're both quality polymer frame guns. These two compare very closely together. Now, if you go over the basic features, the Glock 17 is the original Glock. Everybody knows that. This holds 17 plus 1, so you got 18 rounds of 9mm. This XDM holds 19 plus 1, so you got 20 rounds total of 9mm. That's hard to beat right there. You get 20 rounds in a factory flush fit magazine. That's about as good as you're going to get. So, in capacity, the Springfield definitely takes the cake. Now, I like this XDM. I like the stainless slide. For some reason, that's just my preference. This one is mine. This green XDM, green and stainless, is mine. It's kind of a mix between a 19 and a 17. It has the full-size grip of a 17, but it's the shorter barrel, which compares more to the Glock 19. It's kind of an oddball. And plus it's green and stainless. That's kind of why I liked it. I got a good deal on it from the same guy that owns this full-size one. But it also holds the 19 plus 1. That is king of the hill as far as capacity goes. Now, if you compare the features, they're both similar. They're both polymer frame, steel slide. They both take down with no tools and no pins to lose. The one thing the Springfield's got that I don't like is this grip safety. I could live without that. I've never had any problem with it, but it's unnecessary. I don't know why it's on there, to make it feel more like a 1911 or something. I don't know. It also has this firing pin indicator back here that shows that it is cocked. That don't really bother me. You can see it as well as feel it. I like that. It has a loaded chamber indicator on top, a little flap that sticks up, and it's not terrible. It's not as bad as some. I got some dummy rounds, some snap caps here. I'll put one in it just to show you. It don't stick up bad enough to get in the way. If you can see that, it's just barely sticking up. You can feel it, and I like that feature. Ruger has one that sticks up like a, I mean, it's standing up there like a flag, and it's terrible. It's even painted red on the sides. That's ridiculous. But this one ain't bad. That was a dummy round, by the way, so don't panic. But the main thing that puts me over the edge on these, that puts me towards the Glock, is this one measurement right here. And that is from the top of the trigger housing to the top of the slide. My battery's dead. I'm not going to give you any measurements. We're just going to compare. My battery's dead in my calipers here, but this is from the top of the trigger guard to the top of the slide. Now, if you put that on the Glock, I'm going to try to show this. I don't know if you can see that or not. I hope you can. That is 3/8 of an inch, easy. That's a significant difference in the way these guns shoot, because the bore axis is so much taller on this Springfield. That's the killer for me. That's what puts the Glock ahead of the Springfield. That and that alone. I like the stainless slide. I love the 20 round capacity. And even the trigger on the XD. It is safe, by the way. I'll leave the mags out. It's clear. Even the trigger on the XD feels better to me. And this is stock. Both of these XDs have stock triggers. And the reset's nice. They got, I'd say, a 4.5 pound pull. The Glock, which is also safe, I've put the complete spring kit in this Glock, and it's right at 3 pounds, but the Glock trigger is just, I don't know, it's just notchy. It's just the Glock trigger, that's all you can say. It's not bad, but I like the trigger better on the Springfield. I like the capacity better on the Springfield. But this bore axis is the killer. The grip safety, I can live with it. I wish it wasn't there, but that's the only safety it's got. External safety that you can see. They both have the internal safeties. I'm not going to get into all that. The people that rely on a manual safety don't understand internal safeties anyway, so there ain't no sense trying to explain it. But I like this one. It's green, it's stainless, it's unique looking. Like I said, this one here compares more to the Glock 19, which I also have. I should have put it out here too, I guess. But it has the long grip. It's kind of an oddball. This is the part, the grip is what's hard to conceal when you're carrying a gun, but this has an extremely long grip with a short barrel and slide. So it's kind of an oddball. It's kind of useless if you ask me. But I like it. It's neat, it's different, and I got a good deal on it, like I said. I'm a fan of the stainless slide. But, like I said, that bore axis is that's the deal breaker. I don't carry either one of these guns, and they're just too big for me to carry. I carry my Glock 26, I'll carry the 19 some in the winter time, but I don't carry either one of these. But this 20 round capacity, now that's something else. Whether if you think 9mm is adequate or not, 20 rounds of 9mm, I mean, good grief. If that won't do it, you done got yourself into something serious. But this is a good, I mean, they're both quality guns. And some people, like I said, Ford, Chevrolet, I like the Glock better, but I don't dislike the Springfield. Some people like the Springfield better. There's Glock haters, I'm sure there's XD haters. And then there's polymer gun haters all together, but that's just the way people are, I guess. The takedown on them, it's simple on either one. Pull the trigger, pull the tab, just typical Glock. Everybody knows that. The Springfield, lock the slide back. You got a little lever up here you flip up, let the slide go. No need to pull the trigger, and it'll come right off. Now, this guide rod on the Springfield is steel. I don't believe this one's ever been shot, but it's pretty much the basic configuration. It's got a spring and a guide rod that'll come apart. It's a long spring, by the way. It's the first time I've ever took this one apart. And that spring is tough too, but there it is. And I believe my 3.8 has a different type of spring in it. It's also safe. Don't have to pull the trigger on the XD. Yeah, the 3.8's got a dual captured spring, where the 4.5 didn't. This one has been shot. I've shot it quite a bit. It's been cleaned. Pretty much basic stuff inside here. It has a steel guide rod, captured dual spring. A lot of people like the steel guide rod, and this came with it, and so I don't mind it. The one thing that seems a little odd to me about these XDs, and I don't know if you can tell by looking, the locking block, the front part of the slide, is steel. It's long, about 1.5 inches long, steel. These back grooves are plastic. Now I don't know if that's going to wear. I'm sure it will. It's got to. That steel slide rubbing on these plastic guides, it's got to wear. I don't know if it'll take 100,000 rounds to do it. Yeah, I'll never wear it out, I'm sure. That's a little odd to me. But taking it down, putting it back together, simple. Just like the Glock. Now the Glock has steel front slides, steel back guides, and then the locking block in the middle there. Seems a little tougher to me. I'm not sure if it is or not. I ain't heard of anybody having any problem with these XDs wearing the back guides down, but they're both quality firearms, and I trust both of them equally. Never had any failures with either one of them. Like I said, the trigger and the capacity, I like the XDm, and just the sheer look of it. I think the XDm is a good looking gun. The Glock's pretty much standard Glock fare, no frills, nothing unneeded, but it gets the job done. But the killer of the whole deal, like I said, is this bore axis. This Springfield is just tall. They always have been tall. The XDs, the XDMs, they're just tall here. And it's a good 3/8 of an inch taller. And that'll tend to make it tip up when you shoot it. The higher the barrel is above your hand, the more it's going to kick back on you. It's a 9mm. It's not unruly by any means. But you can't go wrong with either one. I'm not comparing them to declare one's better than the other one. I like the Glock, but I also like the Springfield XDm. Not knocking either one of them. If something went down right now and I had them both sitting here loaded and I had to run out and take care of some business, I'd take the Glock. I have a lot more rounds through it. I have full confidence that it's going to do what it's supposed to do every time. And I'm sure the Springfield would as well. But for me personally, I'm going to have to go with the Glock. But that's all I got to say about that. Thanks for watching my video, and I'll see you next time.